and action. So, today I was casually just browsing through my Facebook feed, and just because I happen to be on quite a few guitar related groups, I saw this one post from this one guy who was asking, and by no means am I blaming the guy, I'm blaming the guitar playing community in general who came up with these ideas, and apparently they're still a valid thing even nowadays in 2021. I hope it was a thing of the past, like late 90s or early 2000s, but apparently it's still going on. So this guy was honestly asking if he should train his hand for playing guitar in order to have better bends and vibrato in general. He was asking if he should train using grippers, and he had actually a video of himself with like individual rubber bands tied to his fingers, and he was doing independent mobility exercises and stuff like that, and just flexing his fingers and whatnot. And I just got severely triggered by this thing, because unfortunately a lot of people still think that this is, first of all, a necessity. Second of all, they still think that there's something wrong with their finger or hand strength, which is completely the opposite. 6-year-old girls are playing guitar better than many of us adults, and this just goes to show that playing guitar is not a thing of strength. You don't need to clamp down on the strings. It's actually it's an art form, in case you didn't know, and it requires finesse, and not just finesse, but it's requiring fine motor skills, not just grizzly type of thing to just lock down on the chord or on the riff or whatever. And this also prevents stupid things like some of the things I talked before on this channel, which is those classic dents that are being sawn basically into your frets due to people just especially beginners. I don't care how long they've been playing for. If you're doing this, you're a beginner. People who are just clamping the shit out of their strings for everything, and they're like they're needlessly using excessive power whenever they're playing anything, also in the right hand. But there it's just a bit harder to see because you're not pressing down into something, leaving your marks. But sometimes people do that with their pickups. They're like pressing so hard on their resting hand that they're starting to have cuts in the plastic of the pickups. But anyway, this guy, again, back to him, he was asking if he should do these things. Let me make a good analogy, hopefully. And since I don't have one prepared, let me think about it on the spot. So, I don't know. It's like looking at, I don't know, the 100 meters, dash or whatever, sprint, run, any type of physical activity. Yes, there is a balance point where, for example, if you're a runner and you're trying to improve your running, you're automatically looking at your legs on how to improve them, and it might make sense to strengthen your legs in the gym, not just running. But there's a very good old saying that goes something like, no matter what you're doing, if you want to become good at it, just do that thing. Don't try to break it down into A, B, C, D, E, F, G, trying to improve those individual subcomponents, and then hopefully, and then hoping to just magically have this synergistic effect going on. You took care of the ingredients, therefore the soup will cook itself. It's not how things work. So in my opinion, and in many other people's opinions, you're only getting sidetracked and you're delaying your progress. Because if I'm breaking down what guitar playing means in terms of physical motors, motor skills and actuators and stuff like that, and I give you like a list of things that you have to improve, by the time you would have improved those things, probably your guitar playing will go up 5%, maybe not even that. Maybe it will even actually go down because you're focusing on the wrong things as opposed to playing guitar. But one thing I can tell you for sure is that if you just practice being a better guitarist, you will inherently become a better guitarist, and the vice versa applies, which means that if you are practicing on playing guitar as your primary focus, whatever things you're lacking as individual qualities, if you will, those things will automatically get improved because your brain and your body, your mind and body connection will somehow figure out what it needs to do, and it will specifically target those things that need to be improved. And also it's going to do that not individually, but while keeping the whole thing as a whole, basically. So please stop thinking that you need to get hand grippers and stuff like that, or finger grippers, not just because they're a complete waste of money and you're feeding the industry with finance in a sector that should not even exist to begin with, and you'll just help sustain these practices, and all of those producers that are still developing these stupid gadgets will continue producing them just because they're a thing. And it's a very common thing for a beginner to go walk into a guitar store for the very first time, or after his first couple of lessons and whatever. And it's actually this type of situation where he begins to play guitar, but then after a few lessons he kind of sees that he has a lot of technical problems, and strength apparently is a problem, because in the very beginning, although you might be having monster strength in your grip or whatever, way more than you'd ever need, still you're unable to cognitively apply the strength in the proper manner. So you're thinking that strength is an issue just because you cannot hold that string under control or bend that string properly, which obviously is a strength related issue, but it's not a lack of strength. Is the inability of applying the right amount of strength at the right moment in time and things of that nature. So please stop using those things because they're just detracting you from what you should actually do. And this comes from a guy who has his second YouTube channel solely dedicated on fitness, and more specifically arm wrestling. And I'm heavily talking about not just PEDs and stuff like that, which is like a main topic on my channel, but I'm talking about especially grip work, several types of grippers that I'm reviewing, and I'm showing you guys a lot of such things. If you're interested in stuff like that, again, please don't correlate it with guitar, because I'm a guitar player myself, and fitness maniac on a lot of different levels. This what you're seeing here is an elastic band for various types of exercises and whatever. So a fitness maniac and a guitar maniac is telling you not to correlate these things. So please try, if you will, to listen to me. If you're trying to do those things for general hand grip strength, and you also might have strength or fitness or sports as a hobby for yourself, that's amazing. If you want, feel free to check my channel. Just go on this channel, and on the top right side of the banner, you'll find a YouTube icon with my other channel. Also, you'll find that link in the links section from the about tab. Anyway, if you want, just search on YouTube arm wrestling overdose, just like six string Overdose. I kind of kept the template. It's again the the sunset 80s retro look. Just instead of a guitar, I have like two arms. That's a neat sound to do. You have two arms that are gripping each other for like an arm wrestling match. Anyway, that's enough of a plug for my other channel. The thing was, again, I just wanted to bring this up so that you understand that although I'm, separately delving into both of these aspects and actually a lot more. I'm planning on opening more YouTube channels in the future with different topics that I'm really passionate about. But although I'm personally looking at both of these things as being prime interest for me, they have absolutely no correlation, and actually just developing monster grip strength and trying to apply it on guitar will actually be in your detriment. It's something that you should never do because you'll develop a lot of bad habits, and you'll think that this whole guitar thing is not only a sports related activity as it is for many people who completely forgot about the whole arts and artistic side of it. And they forgot it's about music. It's just about whoever plays fast and more complex rhythms and more awkward timing patterns and stuff like that, and time signatures and stuff like that. It just became a sports activity to them with metrics and measures. How many notes per second, how many whatever. So you're turning this even more into an athleticism type of pursuit. You're turning this into a sports activity and a competitive activity, and you're approaching it from all the wrong angles. Please try to understand, if you can, what I'm trying to convey here. So do not focus on all of those things. Do not think that you don't have enough hand strength. If you're a 4-year-old watching this video, which I highly doubt, then probably it is a problem. Although, like I said, there are a lot of prodigies out there who show the complete opposite. But if you're anywhere from like a kid upwards into your teens, or you're an adult or even senior, older person, strength is absolutely no longer an issue. Your tendons are already like farmer strength developed, and they have that uncle strength that people just don't have in their early years and into their development. Anyway, I'm going on a side topic here, more like for my other channel. I kind of have a hard time separating them once I begin discussing about the other topic, which is strength and fitness. So yeah, anyhow, please do not let yourselves be fooled by these things. Of course, one very important metric can, for example, be timing wise, to get used to the metronome. Although for metronome, I never recommend the metronome, which can become very obsessively boring and annoying with that click. Just skip that. Just go for a drum machine, or just nowadays you don't even need a drum machine. Just go on YouTube and search for whatever BPM you want. Just drum backing track or drum machine or stuff like that. Just drum pattern, input your BPM like 120 BPM, whatever. Hit enter, hit enter, and you'll have a plethora of videos to choose from. And it's a lot better because, first of all, you don't need to hear that annoying click, and second of all, it gets you used to playing against a more real world human dynamic thing. Even if it's not human playing, and if it's like samples and stuff like that, still it's one step closer to that thing. So it helps you also develop your feel for drums, where the snare comes in, where the hi-hat kick drum and all that stuff is coming in. So timing is indeed very important, and here you have like a counter example where this metric is very important and it's a very objective one, and it's again a very scientific one, just like strength. But the timing thing with the metronome or drums is a crucial aspect that you need to improve upon if you have problems in those areas, or even if you don't do that, you still need to work on your timing, whether it's playing against a backing track with like all sorts of instruments, or just playing with a band or whatever. You need to do this. But how do you do this? By playing guitar. You don't actually go, and put on your headphones with metronomes and you're trying to like, do wacky things in the air, or just slap your hand on your foot, or just do this, type of, foot slapping against the ground. That's good if you're a drummer, I guess, but as a guitar player, again, nothing beats just playing guitar. And actually, the analogy that I talked about earlier, first time I heard it was, I think, in boxing, where again, if you want to be a better fighter, there's no way around just sparring and becoming better by sparring against better people and just developing yourself as a better fighter overall. You cannot just break it down into like, I need more biceps, I need more stamina, I need more this and that. It's a good thing to do that, but that should be like the side dish. That should be like the cherry on the cake. It should not be the cake. Same thing here. Please don't focus on this thinking that it's the blocking thing for your guitar playing. And even if you do realize it's not the blocking part, but still you want to do this to improve. Again, like I said before closing the video, I'll say it again. Don't do that. Just focus on playing guitar. Eventually, and not just eventually, but I want to say eventually you'll develop your strength in the correct manner so that you can bend and do vibrato and stuff like that. But what's even more important here is that you will achieve this faster than any other method, which goes individually away from the guitar with grippers and stuff like that. There's no faster way to develop good guitar playing, whether it's chords, vibrato, bending, shredding, whatever. There's no better way to develop good guitar skills except for playing the guitar. Please don't try to make analytical dissections and thinking you will achieve something or discover some scientific shortcut. It will never happen. If you're one of those guys who want to prove me wrong just because I said never, by all means, do what you have to do, apparently, because it's a compulsive thing, and you can't help it. But that was my statement. Please stay away from stupid practices and do not further fuel the development of those areas within our industry, whether it's producers producing these stupid gadgets, or guitar players having this impression or this idea that they have to go through this rite of passage just because they saw their friend Billy, who's been playing for longer than they did, and Billy swears that this thing helps him, or he's probably still doing it, and you're just looking up to him and you think he knows better. Billy is a moron. Don't be like Billy. I hope y'all learned something today. If not, feel free to let me know down below. Just hate, troll, whatever. If you liked it, just be modest and click the like button once. If you disliked it, please make sure you let YouTube's algorithm know about this misfortunate event and hit that dislike button twice so that it has a an amplified effect. So yeah, hit the dislike button twice. Other than that, just share, subscribe, unsubscribe, do whatever you feel like you have to do in order to move my channel either to the left or right when it comes to being more successful or going down the drain, I guess. have no idea. I'll let you be the decisive factor. So, yeah, I'll be stopping my blabbering here, right here, right here, right here, and right now. Till next time. See you. Bye-bye.